Welcome to EdSolutions, where we shine a spotlight on the brightest solutions in education. I'm David Burke, and today we have Cindy Kopich from Coaching Confidante to share this important solution for school leaders with us. Cindy has over 25 years of experience in education, from elementary through to higher education, specifically working in the field of human resources. And that is our focus for today. Cindy, welcome.
Thank you, David. I think I'll get started by just sharing a little bit about what I do and the solutions I provide. So I became interested in teacher retention based on some of the issues that I was seeing around in my own school community. And I support innovative and proactive school leaders with HR solutions to really help them with that teacher retention, which ultimately helps improve recruitment. So some of the problems that we see is that teacher attrition remains at an all-time high, and that turnover costs schools time and money. It also impacts student learning and workplace culture. It costs on average 33% of a teacher's annual salary to replace them. And so proactive school leaders recognize that they can't keep doing what they've done in the past in regard to teacher retention and recruitment and get different results. School leaders need the information, support, and resources necessary to reduce teacher turnover. I help school leaders, as this sort of diagram explains here, get to the root cause of turnover through confidential needs assessments. While the strategies for the solution might vary based on the school district or the school itself, I use kind of baseline data that they've maybe had in the past through teacher surveys, climate and culture surveys. They're a great way to start. But often we have to dig a little deeper to provide more of a thorough needs assessment. That's where I can come in. I like to follow up with teachers through confidential one-on-one interviews or focus groups. Surveys give that brief snapshot, as I mentioned, but interviews provide a far more in-depth look at the problem. So, for example, one of the questions that I hear a lot or comments that I hear a lot from teachers is that they really need more support. And you might identify that through a survey. However, you don't really understand what type of support is necessary by doing a survey unless you really dig deeper and you're able to ask questions like I am when I interview people and say, okay, well, what type of support are you needing? Because what I might need as an educator might be vastly different than the support someone else is seeking. And that could mean multiple things to different teachers. So it's really important to provide that confidential interview because it allows the opportunity for teachers to provide input and for me to say, tell me more about what you mean. Many businesses are implementing stay interviews to support employee retention, and having a supervisor talk to employees one-on-one is great. However, the challenge is that it doesn't always yield the results that school districts need to identify the solutions to act on. Most employees are going to be far more honest when they're being interviewed by an impartial third person outside of HR that doesn't have the impact on their job assignment, evaluation, or any future references. And so that's where I come in. I interview staff, I analyze results, and I coach leaders on solutions. As a Gallup certified strengths coach, I also help leaders and teams leverage their strengths to improve and implement solutions that are necessary to improve retention. Gallup research says that most employees don't leave jobs, they leave leaders. And that's not meant to be an indictment of all school leaders, but I do work with schools to eliminate that as a barrier to teacher turnover. Sometimes there are other issues that are identified along with these interviews that are solvable. I work with school leaders that have the courage to want to solve these problems, that recognize that continuous improvement isn't only the job of teachers, and that really have this innovative opportunity to dig deep and want to solve some of these challenging issues. I also work on supporting school leaders through coaching, and I can work with them on workplace culture professional development for even full staff if necessary. So here's one example. when we think about student behavior, so for example, in the United States, student behavior comes up as one of the main concerns for teacher turnover and for the cause of teacher stress. These concerns have grown post-COVID for many school districts. One district I worked with wanted me to interview their veteran teachers to identify how they could encourage them to stay. The district provided me with more than 1,000 names to choose from, and then I selected different teacher groups out of that, from, a sampling of elementary, middle, and high school teachers, and also in different content areas to provide a wide range of perspectives. However, I found that primary or elementary teachers were far more concerned about aggressive student behavior than secondary teachers. And so the solutions to this problem might be different, and the solutions to retention might be different based on even the level of the teachers. So when a survey might identify student behavior as a need, it wouldn't necessarily identify an appropriate solution. So through these interviews, I'm able to ask teachers, what is it that you need in order to help you resolve these issues? And following these interviews, the district implemented a district-wide student cell phone policy that provided more mental health support to elementary schools. So whereas the high school teachers were really having issues around student cell phone use and having a consistent school policy, so students could recognize when they went into any classroom that there were expectations that they were going to need to follow that were universal. Elementary teachers were really having difficulties with more aggressive and disruptive student behaviors. And so that shows that the solutions the district would need to take might be varied. Furthermore, the teachers responded very positively to the opportunity to provide this confidential feedback. They say that it shows how much the district values them by seeking their ideas around important solutions and investing in an outside third party in order to seek that feedback confidentially. So viewers can learn more about this work that I do by viewing information on my website. You can also get on my email list where I provide other solutions. I also offer complimentary monthly webinars on a variety of topics around teacher retention. And these are advertised on EdEvents and my website, also through my newsletter. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So I'd just like to close with, I have a book that will be coming out in the future that's specific on the issue of teacher retention. As I've said, I interview teachers from all over the country, and I am being very intentional about interviewing teachers who are still teaching and those who have recently left the profession in order to really provide more of a global perspective on this issue of teacher retention. Thank you, David.
Well, thanks very much, Cindy. Thanks for that overview presentation of your services. And just want to just finish off by reminding people of how they can go about finding your profile on the EdEvents community. Just on EdEvents, when you click on the solutions directory, at the moment, there you are sitting right up the front. But of course, you can go searching for that through the search function. And at the moment, you can see all of the information relating to services. You can contact Cindy right here, all sorts of things, as well as, of course, the upcoming events and webinars that you're publishing on the community, which, of course, we're very excited to be able to spotlight as well. Some great opportunities there. And if we look further down, of course, we may see in the future some of the community comments as well, which is, of course, very valuable for all people in education looking for solutions such as Cindy's. And Cindy, look, it's been a real pleasure to hear your presentation today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
And that's all we have time for today. This has been an EdSolutions Spotlight for the EdEvents community. Until next time, it's bye for now.